Is there anybody out there?
Oh, was it that time already?
Is there anybody out there? Let's just see when we come through, if we can hear ourselves. Yes, there is.
Little old lady radio. Is there anybody out? No, little old lady. Little old lady.
There's 8 people out there.
Little lady radio. No,
Give us the thumbs up if you can hear us, please.
Little old lady radio. Is there anybody out there? That's it. The Australian Granny's Railway Station.
People are tuning in.
Lovely tea.
People are tuning in. Let me just
blimey,
see if I
flooding
can see. They're literally.
The box office is rushed off its feet.
That's 100 already.
Good Lord. Well, there you go. Go on, let's see if it can crash Facebook.
Yeah, let's do that,
Crash
folks.
Facebook, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Let me just make this big. Big screen. Oh, look at that, big screen. No. And remember, this is where they are.
Yes.
If you look at yourself,
Yes.
it looks weird. So you got to look in the little dot, and then we are addressing people. Hi, Steve. They're all flooding in. Listen, folks, this is we're not doing this for.
We're not doing this for fun, you know.
Not doing this for fun. This is our Christmas porridge pot. So there's a link down there to PayPal at Show of Hands if you're enjoying it. Lots of people from all over the place. This is Shoot the Breeze, and it's the title of a whole series. Come on, little darling, let's shoot the breeze. Walking through the woods and the trees. Come on, little darling, let's shoot the breeze. Don't let it down, dedicate down. Truth inside and the laughter's free. Come on, baby, let's shoot the breeze. Oh, little darling, let's shoot the breeze. Don't let me out the cussing. Don't leave it up and I'll say that time costs money and laughter's free. Sit down, honey, let's shoot the breeze. All is coming through the woods and trees. Oh, little darling, let's shoot the breeze. So there's a new song, okay?
Okay. Well,
That could be quite nice, couldn't it?
it's got distinct possibilities.
Did
I've
you
never
like
heard
that?
before.
No way. Hi, Ruth. You
Yeah.
wouldn't have heard that before because it didn't exist
Until
in my brain
it's
until
come
about
out of your fevered imagination.
come out of my fevered my
Sitting
fever
around all day in
imagination.
lockdown.
Okay, as this will be recorded, let's just get that little groove done, and then we can see. Next time we shoot the breeze, there'll be a whole song, maybe a bit more. Like, remember Limbo, Sid, and that sort of feel, lazy.
But that was one. That was Calypso.
Yeah.
This is
I
from-
don't know it won't be long. Sitting here in limbo, I feel like a bird ain't got no song. Meanwhile they're putting up resistance, but I know that my faith will lead me on. Sitting here in limbo, waiting for the tide to roll. Hey, I'm sitting here in limbo, still got the good time to search my soul. Meanwhile they're putting up resistance, but I know that my faith will lead me on. So, okay, we go there. Laughter coming through the woods and trees. Hey, yeah, honey, let's shoot the breeze. Oh, there's money and laughter's free. Oh, little darling, let's shoot the breeze. Don't do that in the raining on the floor. I'm not ready down coming in. Run now, 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 sit with me. Hey, now, honey, let's shoot the breeze. We're talking making gibberish. Oh, and I am girls in my way. Sitting to the night and wolfing me. Hey, oh, honey, let's shoot the breeze. Talk down, down the runway. Oh, little darling, let's shoot the breeze. That'd be quite nice.
So when did that materialise?
Well, when I decided, well, you would call this shoot the breeze, I was walking the dog last night.
Yes.
And
it was windy.
And it was windy, and I just thought that to shoot the breeze is quite a nice title for a song, isn't it? I love the post you did when you showed us the songwriting process. Sorry, we are getting a bit behind with questions, folks. If there were questions, sorry about this, because we are going to be playing some music for you tonight, obviously. And the theme of tonight will be show of hands, the early years. I like pre-show of hands. Was there a time before show of hands?
I don't know.
Pre-show of hands. We're talking about the Cheltenham days. But before that, how was your day today?
How was my day? I got up incredibly early for me. I was up at the crack of 8:30. I've been working on some Linda M tracks and making an album for London singer Linda M. And there's been just trouble sending the tracks to her. She keeps losing them up the flow. So I sent, yes, precisely. So I sent
Here, I lost my tracks up her flew. I did.
Bloody yeah. And then I'm also working, believe it or not, on an album with Mick from the Spinners, and 84 still wants to make albums. Absolutely.
Well, let's hope that we're still making albums.
At 84. I hope I'm still functional at 84. Yeah, anyway, so working on that, and he wanted just to include a couple of quite contemporary songs. The Spinners actually did used to do a version of Lennon's Imagine, but then we got the chords right, so I've done a backing part for him with the correct chords. But he's quite enamoured with And So Sally Don't Mind. And since we didn't get a chance to look at that before we were all locked down again, so I did a verse and a chorus in 6 keys to send to him today, so he could choose a key to sing to.
Well, when I asked you what you did today, I thought you'd say I'd have breakfast and then we could move on. But that's...
no, it was. Do
you want to know what I did?
What did you do?
I got up, I walked the dogs.
Yes.
I met Claire for coffee. Then I had to take her to the dentist in Axminster, and then we went to Lyme, and we had a very, very nice little coffee on the beach.
Lovely.
And then we came back. Then I fell asleep, and I'm just about woken up from it. So anyway, way before Show of Hands, our first gig was in 86, I think, 86, 87, at Hitchin Folk Club.
It was Hitchin, yeah, it was Hitchin.
And the next night was Nettlebed. And our career has come so far in all these years.
Yeah, Hitchin and Nettlebed. Yeah,
so we're still playing those wonderful venues.
But of course, the interesting thing about that is, you see, these are the great survivor folk clubs.
Yeah.
Hitchin and Nettlebed still going after all these years and all these sort of different scenarios and changes. And Dartford. I'm going to do my Christmas show at Dartford, by the way. It will be online, but Dartford has been dragged kicking and screaming into the 18th century.
And I am doing Hitchin online in a few weeks.
Brilliant.
So
that'd be good.
One of the great things about the folk scene is that no one's going anywhere.
No one's going anywhere. Nope.
We sort of go up the food chain a little bit as regards the concert show, but it's still brilliant to go back to these little venues. And can I say, we're doing Top Show. I bet I shouldn't say anything about it. We're doing Top Show.
Are we?
And I can't be in the round.
Great.
Yeah, we're doing,
Brilliant.
So there's a couple of gigs. We're doing Exmouth, hopefully, if we're unlocked.
That's the big
Hey,
thing.
I've got a song called Unlock Me. Why the hell haven't we done Unlock Me? Okay, you hand me a bunch of keys saying, let's look through your past. Okay, we'll do Unlock Me for the next Shoot the Breeze.
Yes, obviously, Val, if you're listening in, this would be your favourite song.
But now, going back to Cheltenham days, you and Paul were professional. Yeah, well, you were. I was.
Yep.
I was hanging out.
Well, no, you'd gone to college, and we were living in Brighton. Love it as I do. It was, of course, an utterly crap place to play. And do
because
gigs
of
from
transport. Yeah.
so we were just staying at your house all the time.
Yeah.
I seem to remember you even got it down to the fine art of getting the largest room.
Yeah.
Always, because me and Downs are always crashing.
Yes.
Yep,
And you started doing some of my songs.
we did. Tall chips. Take back your pictures. Oh my lord.
Standing at the window, looking like a picture on the wall. And if I keep on walking, I won't hear you if you call. But why should you want me now? I'm leaving. You never called to me before. Take back your pictures. It's more the memories I was looking for. There's a modulation. And now you said that. I don't know what it is.
You wrote it. That's it. That's it. You got it. That was it. That's it. You got it. Well done.
So let's try that chorus. Take back your pictures. It's more the memories I was looking for. But now you said the time's been wasted, nothing more. What was it all for? I walked on through the evening. I kick a stone along the road. You win such famous victories when imagination takes control. And when you play around with words and people, there's always someone left out in the cold. Take back your pictures. It's more the memories I was looking for. But now you said the time's been wasted, nothing more. What was it all for? Yeah, it's quite. I realise now I'm singing a lot lower.
Yeah.
I can hit higher rocky notes and
Yeah.
bigger lower notes, but all the ones around.
So what we do, we need to take that down at least a tone then somehow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and you guys washed up in Cheltenham, where there was the most amazing music scene.
there was a
Based
thriving
around,
music scene.
what was that square? You wanna-
Clarence Square, and but previously what had happened in another life, I played pipers, Brenda Whitman's in Cornwall, one or two times with my old mate Colin Wilson, and it was all back to Brenda's afterwards, and of course it was especially in the summer, it was a magnet for musicians, whether they were working or not. So many people just hung out in Cornwall, and that's where I met both Dick Cadbury and Johnny Coppin. Dick hadn't joined Decameron at that point in time, but obviously Johnny is a founder member. So I can remember meeting this little chap. Johnny had big hair at the time, big fuzzy.
He did, that
Yeah.
serious head.
Yeah, seriously. And I remember, just getting to know him, and sort of when it came to working out a better place to live geographically than Cheltenham, of course, it was obvious. I mean, as Johnny and several other people said, it's absolutely central. You know, Cheltenham's 2 hours from everywhere.
Yeah, it
and
is.
of course, there's sort of truth in that. So.
Yeah, it is. And all around the agency, all those musicians, and I think probably I have neglected to credit Steve Ashley with what an influence he had on me.
Yeah, whereas I do it all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I talk about, McCarthy and Ted Hughes and those other people, but Steve, it was his persona as much as anything. He had this, he was quite he's quite rock and rolly in a way. He was, he had a sort of a look and an attitude that was, it was quite out there. I think you'd see him do gigs, and he was very vulnerable and very sort of raw, but when it worked, it was amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You had the person, you had the look, you had the song, and it was almost like, you know, you must have been maybe 7 or 8 years older than me, and I think I sort of wanted to live that troubadour life very much. So,
he's very charismatic, Steve.
Yeah,
He's a
he
fine
was.
songwriter, and as everyone probably knows, I've been doing 2 of his songs for a long time, the older songs, but do you want to have a go at this one?
Let's do this one first,
Which
because
one are you know?
I'm going to do the Duke of Cambridge.
The good old Duke of Cambridge, yes.
Be nice with a bit of slide, I think.
Absolutely, yes.
Because what happened is when I lived in London, I got to know the sort of boozers he was talking about. Can I just tune this E string? And I suppose the Duke of Cambridge and the Bays Hill. Hi Simon, hi Phil, how's Sid if you're all out there? Viney, for anybody out there.
Sid and Simon with a Tuesday, in fact, I spoke to them.
The first to come in is a randy dandy handler, and he wipes down his chin with a handkerchief so clean. The good old Duke of Cambridge must surely be a friend of his, my man. He gathers in his master's hall the early side of the noon, and in his glass the brandy sings in tune. And the next to come in to the good old Duke of Cambridge is a Donna Rolling Joan with a poodle in her arms. The good old Duke of Cambridge must surely be a friend of his. He splashes a smile on the mother's face and keeps her from the rain. The company must surely make a change. Then in 2s and in 3s to the good old Duke of Cambridge comes Harry the Yank and Bill the Bombardier, the idler and the fiddler, the pensioner and the widower. They gather in their master's house to shake him by the hand, till every last man Jack is feeling grand. And the time passes by in the good old Duke of Cambridge, and the mud in your eye is flying thick and fast, till the man that takes the glasses back says, won't you move your asses now? It's 2 o'clock, the bell's been rung. Ain't you got no homes? 'Cause the good old Duke would rather be alone. So fuck off. I love that bit where it just drifts in the afternoon. The time passes by. It's got a lovely sense of place. You know.
And then, of course, there was the Bays Hill.
Yeah.
The Bays Hill in Cheltenham, where it was sort of, it was a little bit similar. And was it Sid, you, a little while back, isn't the landlady, or a landlady a while ago was a mate of yours, is that right, Sid? And they uncovered some of the mural on the wall, which has Steve Ashley in it, and Dave Bell, and Johnny, and all sorts of people, which is...
Yeah, Helen says
yeah.
still visit the Bays Hill.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was the barman. What was he called? The landlord?
Oh, the landlord was, yeah...
Norman? No, not Norman.
No, Brenda was his missus.
And the beautiful daughter.
And their daughter, yeah.
Oh, wow. How did that beautiful daughter emerge?
I don't know, but she did. Trevor the landlord.
So at this time, I had just I was still at Brighton doing my education course, and
that's right, because we moved from Brighton, and then he finished at Lancaster and moved to Brighton.
And I arrived just when you left. So for the next 2 years or so, whilst I was gigging with Warwick, I was always in the Cheltenham area. And I mean, remember Paul had one of those flats in that. What's the place that's the wrong way round? They built that terrace and they realised it's reversed.
Oh yeah, the architects who
Royal
built
Crescent?
it. Yeah, no, that's not the Royal Crescent. The Royal Crescent's in town. It's the other Crescent. And Steve actually had a flat in there as well. Yeah. And Wurzel, Mick Burston, had his. I shouldn't say really. The end one had one of those artists' garrets at the top, and it was.
Was it a greenhouse?
It was a greenhouse. Shall we say? Wurzel, one of the greatest, well, in fact, the only speed metal guitarist I've ever been in a band with. But of course, he was a model railway freak. So you used to sample his wares whilst down in the basement, and he had another person with an absolutely gigantic train set, you know, and also he was an absolute committed Rory Gallagher fan as well. So he just had Rory Gallagher non-stop on a sound system, quite loud, whilst everyone played with the trains.
Yeah, so
Takes me back.
I wrote a few songs and hanging out in Cheltenham. We'll do one. What Day Has Come I wrote in Cheltenham, believe it or not.
Yep.
So this is all pre-show of hands we're talking about now. This is all the early years, and not forgetting the Arizona Smoke Review, who were gigging like crazy at that point.
Yeah, it was.
And you started off with John Vickers. The great John Vickers on banjo.
John Vickers with two banjos. Yeah, imagine having a banjo player either side of you. You know, I'm sure that did more damage to my hearing than any electric band. You know, and and of course Bill Zorn, so we all lived in and around Cheltenham, and so on. I'm at some juncture, when I get to the instrumental disc on the box set, I shall be sending off a couple of tracks to Bill to put some banjo down on in America. He's retired now. He's not in the Kingston Trio anymore. He is absolutely retired. So I hope perhaps they're going to come over a bit more often.
Well, I used to play the bass on this one. We do Lazy.
Okay.
And Paul used to sing it, I think, didn't he? And I used to play the bass.
Yeah.
At the time, I'd then moved to London, and I was in a rock band in London, and so I had to play bass out of contract. Hence the whole Gene Vogel thing. I had to have an alias because I was under a management contract. So that's when I became Gene Vogel, the mysterious Canadian bass player who did have a green beret, didn't he? I used to wear a beret on stage like that. This is Gene Vogel, the mysterious Canadian bass player.
That's right. Actually, a bit like Captain Sensible, more like Captain Sensible.
Right.
Than it, yeah.
Okay, so.
And it was a simple thing that you had. Did Billy find that stadium jacket?
No, I bought the stadium. It was a baseball jacket I bought,
and it had the word Vogel.
G Vogel.
G Vogel. So, yeah, Billy just looked at it and said, "Right, you're Gene Vogel.
Why don't you be Gene Vogel? Why don't you be someone else? I am." So anyway, I did a 100-date tour, which has to say was brilliantly organised. It was virtually night after night after night for 3 months. So,
Anyway, I as most of you know, I do a couple of Steve Ashley songs. They've been constants in my set, either one or the other, for a very long time. One is, of course, Fire and Wine, which is absolutely topical at this time of year. But the other one is this one, which is Feeling Lazy. Leaves are brown all around, September's gaining ground. I can't believe that another year has come along and just disappeared. Honey, put the kettle on, we'll have a cup of tea. Better put a sweater on, use a glass of booze and a whiskey bottle over here. And that's the point, we could cook a joint or have a little of the homemade beer. Honey, if you need a hand, all you've got to do is call. Then again, I'll understand. Novel and that opera as well. I'm going to write a few letters to the Times. I'm gonna paint your picture and I'm gonna put up those shelves. Oh, but somehow I just cannot find the time. I'll do it all tomorrow. Just you wait and see. If only I could borrow someone else's energy. Feeling lazy, I can't get out of this bed. No, I gotta go, it's rolling in my head. I'm not gonna work today, I'm staying here instead. Feeling lazy, and I can't get out of this bed. I don't wanna know, we're gonna go, it's just gone up and fled. I'm not gonna work today, I'm staying here instead. Feeling lazy, and I'm busy here in bed. Brown all around, September's gaining ground. Yeah, great stuff. Good man.
Well, I got it.
Hi, Mr. Gara.
He's just tuned in from Madrid. Had a little chat to him last night.
Did you?
Yes, in a minute. I shall be sneaking out for a tonic. I shall go and get, Garrett will understand, I'm going to go and get a little, another amber ale for you, Phil, in a minute, while you ramble on.
Well, I ramble away.
That's something.
Ramble away.
So I'd also, I was gigging with Mr. Warwick Downs at this time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this song.
Yeah.
I can't. There's a verse missing.
Meaning you can't remember it.
Draw this back.
Oh my God.
Some old letters I found.
Yes.
Sat on the bed and read them through again. There were friends I'd forgotten, and a girl who let me down. All the faces, situations I knew then. Some words were sharp and angry, others soft and kind. I was even told to try and mend my ways. It was more than just remembering. They really took me back again, as if they'd all come through the door that very day. It might be one of your favourites, Jenny, but I can't remember the second verse, so I'll go straight to the third. And when I'd read the last one, I tied them up again, put them back and slowly closed the drawer. Each letter, like a window, I could stare through to the past. I find I'm sitting staring more and more. Some words were sharp and angry, and others soft and kind. I was even told to try and mend my ways. It was more than just remembering. They really took me back again, as if they'd all come through the door that very day. Very Jackson Brown.
Extremely Jackson Brown.
Looking through some photographs,
I found the
inside a drawer. I was taken by a photograph of you. Yeah, it was very derivative, that one. Hello from 500 metres away. Someone, I wonder who that is. Someone is stalking us, Phil.
Someone's stalking us?
I'm for five. Oh, Debbie.
Hello, Debbie.
She's 500 me, loving it. Yeah. I love the instrumental after the first verse, yes, because I couldn't remember the second chorus. And second verse. Steve Yates says, "What's for pudding tonight?" Now, for some reason, I'm not able to scroll up the comments on here like I normally am, which is, let me just go, this should be able to do it.
Yes, I think you should be able to do. Yeah, they're on a separate page now.
Helen can remember the lyrics.
Yeah, and of course Stuart Reed used to sing that.
Did he?
Sing that.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to sing my Stuart song in a minute.
Yeah.
Because he was a great influence.
Yeah, Stuart Reed, great singer from the Brighton area, a very long-standing mate of ours who was in a group called the Brighton Taverners, and he sadly no longer with us. Great man. He had a beautiful voice. He was folky, he loved country music. He used to do thousands of gigs, and he spoke fluent German.
Yeah, I did. And Bloomer's tuning in. What was the one we did?
Hello, Mr. Bloomer.
What's the one we did with the jam song we did with Andy and Mark on? I'm not going underground. Eating rifles. Oh, come on, Mark. What was the one we did with you? You must remember the jam one.
Had we been drinking?
We've been drinking like.
Had we?
Billy Ho.
Billy Ho.
Mark will tell us any minute what it is. We did a jam song with Mark, and in a minute, because we're a minute out, here we.
Town
Malice. Yeah, good song, good song. Anyway, that's why tempt you with that one. Gosh, this is basically...
Hello, mate.
This is like a Costa del Folk reunion, musicians.
It's a little bit like that, yes. They all seem to be jumping up, yeah.
What was the one? No, you sent me the lyrics for one.
I just dug out and sent you the lyrics to This Year, which I actually thought about the other day. I put that on a solo album of mine a long time ago.
Let me just
and then there's the one that people request, and I think they've given up requesting now, but there's Wolf at the Door as well.
Okay.
But we need to think about that, because that'll have to come down in... key to that'll have to come down.
Oh,
there you go.
There's Wolf.
Who's that knocking at my door?
Empty tables out in the rain. Soldiers run for their cars and trains. But the summer wasn't really in this year. The clothes were much too thin this year. It didn't quite begin this year. This is going to be quite good. A trip to the sun.
This is worth reviving.
Let's just slow it down a bit. Let's make it. Oh, I'm busting out.
Yeah.
This was, believe it or not, a song that was signed by Billy Laurie at Island Music.
Was it?
Yeah, and that's Lulu's brother.
Yes.
I went to Island Music.
I know my
and
history.
It's my one song that was signed for a publisher, because they had a band wearing blazers and ties, like a pop band from Essex. They thought it would be a good single for them. Yeah. So didn't have a riff like. Empty tables out in the rain as the tourists run for their cars and trains. Cause the summer wasn't really in this year. The clothes were much too thin this year. It didn't quite begin this year. No, our trip to the sun, it wasn't even planned. Now I've no money to run through any wonderland. Oh, my skin was never brown this year. I passed the hat around this year. I let a few friends down this year. Now the wind blows underneath my door, and I ask myself, what am I waiting for? Too many dreams were blown this year. Too much time on the phone this year. Too much time alone this year. Now I'm wondering how those street fights began. Two waves met and they turned and ran. But there wasn't too much sun, there wasn't too much fun this year. My clothes were much too thin this year. It didn't quite begin this year. I passed around and round this year. I passed the hat around this year. Carry on. I moved friends down this year. Too much time on the phone this year. It was this year. It was this year. 3, 4.
One, two, three, four. That'd be a great one to do with with the girl and the boy.
The Cormac, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be terrific. Yeah, I think it's a good song.
Well, it seems
it's a shame
bloody.
that it's lost in the midst of time.
It's bloody topical, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. These things come around. Yeah, Nick, of course, will probably remember it. Nick Pelly there, and
Yeah, and Mr. Sheldon would have been there the first time that's been played, even with the band.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, all the requests coming in, we are going to be doing this again, so we are going to be saving lots of these other songs for other nights, because this very much tonight is Shooting the Breeze about the early years, okay? So I'm sorry about the fact that we're not going to do anything from the current set, okay? And as we said earlier, we're not doing this just for fun. We need to make some. We need to make some money. So if you want to chuck some money our way, it would get us to Christmas. And I hope you've all bought tickets for the show on.
Absolutely.
Is it Saturday week or 2 weeks? What's
I'm not sure. I don't even know what date it is.
Saturday week.
And I've turned my diary off me. So.
A great show with Cormac and Miranda at the Northcott in front of a small but perfectly formed audience. And that is the autumn tour show that you wouldn't have got to see, and we wouldn't have got to play you. And it's also in promotion of the album that the live album, which is
last year's tour, which is
sounding great. Thanks, Angela. She's bought a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Nick hasn't heard that one. Wow, now Nick,
okay.
This is pre-Pilly.
Pre-Pilly.
This is a pre-Pilly song.
Hi, Ali.
Yeah, that's quite. That was quite. It's Friday the 3rd. Can I play harmonica on that one?
Yeah, of course you can. Yep, I don't mind.
Okay, Phil. I think you should plunder the depths of your past now for a song.
My past
from the Cheltenham days.
Oh my God.
You can't. What can you do? You can't do.
Oh no, there's loads of things.
Of course there is.
Loads of stuff. Yeah, I know what to do.
You could do something, and I'll go and get the amber ale.
You get the amber ale,
and
I will do the yes.
What's it going to be? What's going to be?
Well, it'll be as I lived in Cheltenham.
Is it a Gloucester folk song?
No, it's not Gloucester folk song at all. No. It's there was this curious sort of round trip we used to do as to get to Mid Wales Sound, where Paul had sort of after he and I weren't doing so many gigs together. You see, Paul was virtually living up there in Landweg Carinian, and that was about the worst pronunciation of it. I can hear all my old friends from Landver in the distance going, "You idiot." So I used to do a round trip. Paul used to do stuff for Paul Lindsay at Mike Oldfield's place, you see. And Paul also he repaired all kinds of broken equipment for a whole circuit of recording studios, ranging from Rockfield, just down the road. And he used to be the resident engineer, maintenance engineer at Rockfield. And he, in fact, he still had a house down there, if my memory serves me correctly. And then he... what happened? That's right. So he was working for Michael in the little cottage down the road from the house and Michael's studio. I was working there doing odds and sods, and it was very pleasant, very, very good fun. And also Ronnie Lane was in this circuit of studios up beyond Hereford. Ron Forcus, that's right, Ron Forcus was his engineer. And so I used to do a bit of a round, I might take some piece of repaired equipment up to Ronnie Lane's place at Hereford, near Bishop's Castle, in fact, Amber Ale, and then go on and do a couple of days up at Mid Wales, with Paul or something like that, for Alan Green and or Joe Stead or one of those people. And it was there that I came in Alan's copious country music record collection. I of course came across Hoyt Axton. Thank you very much. So you ended up learning all these songs. Listen to those. I used to barricade myself in the top of the cottage and just play through records forever and ever, whilst they were all sort of hanging out down in the studio drinking. And so I was through listening to John Hartford, Listening to Hoyt Axton, I heard John Hartford for the first time, and that's where I heard The Blind Fiddler, with John Hartford playing the fiddle, and it kind of set me off in a slightly new direction. But some of Hoyt Axton's songwriting is just sublime, it's just beautiful. Oh, the gypsy moth is a mighty high flyer, sailing on an inland sea. You are the object of my desires, the sun and the moon to me. And I believe in loving you, knowing you keep me from feeling blue. And you make me happy when everything I do gets me in trouble. River could rock, river could roll, river could carry me down to the sea. Brandon and Jack had a woman he loved, but Dorman didn't love Jack back. Took his smile and she took his child, yeah, she took everything he had. River was the name she used, you know she kept him so damn confused and abused. She made him unhappy, and everything she did got him in trouble. River could rock, river could roll, river could carry Jack down to the sea. Well, many long years have come and gone since John F. Kennedy died. And I'm not sure but what that man, he was downright crucified by the same bad guys still telling lies. You know they keep us so damn confused and abused. They make us unhappy, and everything they do gets us in trouble. River could rock, river could roll, river could carry us down to the sea. This might be my favourite verse. Well, the black raccoon by the light of the moon heard the music playing soft and low. Songs he'd sing made the night times ring, and I reckon he loved the show. He went back and told his friends, you know those humans that live on the edge of the forest, they all had a party, and man, they really played my kind of music. River could rock, river could roll, river could carry us down to the sea. Hoyt Axton.
Very nice.
So lovely. So he's written some great songs, yeah. Don't you know it's been raining in the mountains and the rivers on the rise cannot hardly reach the other side.
I remember that one. Arizona's used to do it.
Arizona's used to do it, yeah. Yeah, it's sort of slightly gospel-y sort of thing, yeah.
You saved me today.
Oh my God.
I was blind. Wow, that's going to be mighty hard. I wonder if I can do
Find
it.
a different key for it, yeah.
Well, if I could do it on, let me just see. You saved me today. I was blind to every danger, acting this way. Yeah.
Playing the fool to a crowd of strangers.
Outside, Simon, we will do Devil's Right Hand, of course, as we are dredging the past. I'm just going to write that down on my list. Don't forget, folks, this is Show of Hands, the pre-Show of Hands years, and we might be doing quite a few Shoot the Breezes. We'll try and do maybe one a fortnight with a theme, and the theme will be up to us playing together, and then it will be the first couple of albums, and we'll see how it goes. And
if we keep the thing kind of going as a series, then there's the option for us to look at all the albums and maybe do the acoustic gig of just an album,
Yeah.
as a show. Would be nice. And also, you know, we have so many younger musician friends, you know, that need what shall we say, need a bit of a hand at the moment, and so we're going to do some introductions as well, so hopefully introduce some of you to some new music as well. So there's who knows, we might be doing this for some time to come. We just don't know.
Things are moving so fast, you know. You know, there's a talk of inoculation by Christmas, but I am surrounded by doctors, and
yes,
they are slightly more realistic.
And they're keeping him safe.
Yeah. Fair weather friend.
Yeah, dun, 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 I recorded that.
Oh, the room was
full of idle talk and drunken romance, drunken pretense. Yes.
God.
Bloody hell.
We'll do let's do You Saved Me Today.
Okay.
This is my song I really wrote for Stuart, because he was such a cross between a father figure and a big brother. He was too young, only 10 years older maybe, but he was very wise. He was very wise, and I was a bit of an obnoxious brat at times in Brighton, and Stuart would occasionally put me right.
Have a word. Yeah, it was good, man. Stuart taught us some terrible things. He taught us the German habit of taking sweet apple schnapps and making it almost completely frozen. And he even went to the extent of freezing the glasses as well, so they always had frost on them. So you came back from the pub to his place, and so on, then immediately out would come the frozen apple schnapps, Apfelkorn. I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, I remember I had a girlfriend who stormed off one night because I was behaving rather badly.
Were you?
And Stuart said, "Where is?" I won't mention her name. I thought, "Oh, she just stormed off." He went, "Oh, she probably made the big mistake of thinking she had a relationship with you." And I'll never forget that one. Yeah. There's one bit I can't remember of this. You saved me today. I was blind to every danger, acting this way, playing fool to a crowd of strangers. Now I think more when I give and I take. You helped me to make that break. I've shut my eyes too long. Now I want to see. Change the chance we can touch the way it could be. And you set me free. The space in between what I am and the things I'm dreaming, it's drifting apart, each one just losing meaning. I thought I was trying to make them one. Now I see I haven't even begun. I've shut my mouth too long. Now I wanna shout. Hey, change the parts that are wrong. That's what it's about. And you help me out. Hey, you help me out. Voice like the rain, soft and slow as the year is turning. trying to make them one. Now I see I haven't even begun. I've shut my mouth too long. Now I wanna shout. Yeah, change the parts that are wrong. That's what it's about. And you help me out. You help me out. Oh, you help me out. You saved me today.
Yeah, I like that one. That's good.
Need to dig out the verse that's missing. Did we ever drink in the London Unity in Brighton? I'm sure we did.
I don't recall the name actually though.
I did a very early rock band gig in a pub. Every time we drive through Brighton and drive out through Shoreham, there's a big like a like a gasometer. There was a pub just about 100 yards from the front, up a back street, and it was run by, they had like a stripper on at lunchtime, and then the band would come in at about 5 o'clock, and that's the guy go, I've got a shooter under here. He had a sawn-off shotgun under the bar, just in case things get tasty.
Leave it out, Ron.
Leave it out, right. He was the proper East Ender settled in Brighton to get away from the boys. Yeah. Do you know a song that I think would be really nice? Again, I was thinking again from your Americana.
Yeah.
Americana. I remember a time when
That's really funny.
everything was cheap.
I was playing the Ryan Alfred Reed album today.
It's cheap enough to put a man to sleep.
We get up for street bell. You know we feel like making our will. Tell me how could a poor man stand such times and
I think someone told me that. Yeah, no, it's not one. Yes, that'd be nice to do. Should we do that one? Let me just put on my my climbing frame.
hand me down my climbing frame. Hand me down my zimmer frame. Well, I remember a time when everything was cheap, and prices these days, they put a man to sleep. When we get our grocery bill, you know we feel like making our will. Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? Now the doctor comes round with her face all bright, and she says in a little while it'll be all right. how can a poor man stand such times and live? Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? I remember when dry goods they were as cheap as dirt. You could pay 50 cents and buy a decent shirt. Now we pay $2 or more for a shirt that another man wore. Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? Harmonica. Now the preachers these days, they preach for gold and not for souls, our souls. Which is what keeps us poor folks down here in our home. We will hardly catch our breath when the tax school and preach to death. Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? Tell me how can a poor man stand such times and live? Blind Alfred Reed. I was listening to a Blind Alfred Reed album this afternoon.
You were you?
I was indeed, yes.
On what were you listening to it?
On my trusty phonograph, of course.
Excellent. So, scrolling on, next week I'm going to do my Bruce Springsteen set. I've got 14 Springsteen songs all ready to rock. Some of them we used to use as play-on music. Got a coin in my pocket, I can pull it at your ear. Got a running day, got a rabbit in a hat. If you wanna come and see, this is what will be. This is what will be. That's all I'm going to play of it.
Oh.
Because
Otherwise you give the game away.
give the game away.
I see.
Give the
No,
game
I
away.
quite understand. So, I was just searching for the key.
Looking like next Wednesday for the Springsteen show, and then that Saturday we have got the stream show.
Yes.
The PayPal stream show, of which we're investing a lot.
Yes.
So
if you don't all buy tickets, we're bankrupt anyway.
Hey,
gloom.
it was beautifully shot, and I've seen some of the edits already, and it's going to go.
Another one
very
arrived
well.
today, in fact. I can't remember what it was. Santiago arrived today, I think.
Yeah, and also the blue, the country life, including Yeah, Manhattan one next week. Francis Bing. Was that the Springsteen? You're not thinking of Manhattan. Not thinking of Leonard Cohen, are you? There, Francis. Don't know. Okay, now. What about this as a blast from the Arizona's past?
What about this indeed? What is it?
Let me just see if I can.
Yeah.
You were writing letters, I read your name in the sand. Walked through the edge of the water on your mind. You're telling me that it's over and everything comes to an end. You're losing a lover, you're losing a lover, I'm losing a friend. I still wait, hoping you call. Better little light, no love at all.
Just think it's a bit hard.
No. I think I can remember it.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to bring the mic a bit close to me so I don't get fiddled round.
I'll play it quietly.
You were writing your letter as I read your name in the sand. I walked to the edge of the water, holding your note in my hand. You're telling me that it's over and everything comes to an end. You lose a lover, but I'm losing a friend. But I still wait, hoping you'll call. Better a little love late than no love at all. I stand at the edge of the mirror where the daylight begins, hearing your breath like a whisper, waiting for darkness to end. I really thought I had grown strong, and this couldn't happen again. But you proved me wrong, you showed me I hadn't changed. And I call out your name, turn back the pages, hurry home to me again. Come back. You put ice in the heart of the season. You took soul from the light of my day. You gave no reason, you just walked away. So I still wait, hoping you'll
that's coverable. That was coverable.
Yeah, I think so.
As is Make the Right Noises.
I like to think so. I like to think
Yep.
so, Phil. I still wait.
One day, that famous country singer Tanya Hyde, she'll pick up on it.
Tammy Sue, you know.
Tammy, ooh, I've got the albums. I've got pristine copies of all those albums.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, I have.
Let's see if anybody is saying to us.
He's saying, get off.
Mark, you can buy tickets for our upcoming streamed gig. This sounds like a setup, doesn't it?
It
Really?
doesn't, yeah.
Mike, just go to the Facebook page, anywhere on it, and you just go to the Show of Hands site. And what we do is we send you a private YouTube link, which you can then go to watch later, and then you can watch it on your smart TV on your account. So we found that's the best way of doing it. So yeah, go to the Show of Hands page. It's all down there, and there's a deal with the album as well. You can get the album and the double live album and the ticket for £25, which I think is entirely reasonable. And as I'm talking money, I've just pasted up the PayPal link yet again. For if you happen to be enjoying Shoot the Breeze Part 1, we've got 253 comments. I'm sorry if we have ignored.
We've probably missed pertinent questions, but it's difficult to keep up with.
It is, and once again, folks, we are not doing anything from our current repertoire.
No, my whole point is to attempt to dredge our memories. To
Oh, it is. It is 2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks
That
tomorrow.
is when
Okay.
the Northcott gig is going out. So so look out for that one, folks. People seem to be enjoying this. Did we play the Printer's Pie in Exeter? We did.
Yes.
Oh, we did. The London Unity. Okay. We should do Red Velvet Steering Wheel Cover Driver. No, we shouldn't, Jenny. We'll get woked. We'll get woked to death if we do anything from that era. You're an old.
I know it's fun. It's funny how thoughts and attitudes change, especially when Jeremy was someone who was had to leave South Africa because, of course, he was an anti-apartheid campaigner. You know, but it's very sadly, a lot of those rather funny songs are not considered politically correct these days. Colin and I used to do loads of them. Yeah, absolutely loads. Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
Not going to do anything by George Formby.
George Formby, I love George Formby. Don't forget my first instrument was the ukulele.
People are asking us to do some humour. Okay,
Humour?
let us find something from those days. What about Devil's Right Hand?
Yeah, sure.
Now, I always thought you did this in D, but you've changed keys with it lately, haven't you?
No, I've always done it in G. So I think we kind of.
That was too low, isn't it? Yeah, too low in D. Is that the sort of tempo you now play it in?
I tend to do it with the fiddle, you see.
Okay.
So the way I do it is different from the way we've done it. But I'll follow you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. General store when I was 13. Thought it was the finest thing I ever had seen. I still keep getting someday when you grew up. Mama don't tell us that she really blew up. Really blew up. She did not understand. All this is a pistol is the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. Mama says the pistol is the devil's right hand. She's suspected lightning, but it looks up nice slow. Looks up nice slow. You can shut a man down, get you into trouble, but he can't get you out. My next pistol was called 45. Call it peacemaker, and I never knew why. Never knew why. Didn't understand. Mama said the pistol is the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The mama said the pistol is the devil's right hand. Shut that out down, watch the man fall. Never reaches his house and never had a chance to draw. Trial was in the morning and making me out of bed. Asked me how I believe I'm guilty, I said. Guilty, I said. You got the wrong man. And I'm on a trigger, it's the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. And I'm on the trigger, was the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. And I pulled the trigger, was the devil's right hand. Yeah, good old Steve Earle.
That cooks, doesn't it?
It's a great song, fantastic song, yeah.
That cooks. And your weekend consists of what, Phil?
My weekend, well, working on Linda's album, working on a little bit more on Mick's album, and then I was looking forward to producing a young musician called Don Pragg, who's quite special, I think, utterly unique. And so he asked me if I'd do an album for him, and we were planning to start doing it in September, but of course, like so all young musicians, all his gigs are gone. So that's one kind of where I'm just doing it anyway, because he's just not like anyone else on the folk scene. He's very, very unusual. Great songs, also great interpretation of the tradition. He plays a Spanish guitar to a very high standard. So I probably won't get onto any of Dom's stuff this weekend, but I'm at the stage now with Linda's album, figuring out what to put on it and trying a few things before then tracks. You know, the way we work most of the time anyway is that she's got other musicians lined up to play on the album, but of course they're not coming down here, lockdown or no lockdown. I send them the tracks and the bass player will put some stuff on it, and then there's a pedal steel player who's going to be playing on a couple of tracks and so on and so forth. So yeah, I shall be gainfully employed this weekend. What are you doing, Steve?
Oh.
Well, you've got a song to write now.
Let me just look in my diary
Let's
to
look
see.
at a copious diary. It was a bit. This is the most frustrating thing about this. We did actually have a few actual solo gigs and 2 or 3 show of hands gigs. Actually, real gigs in front of real people.
We were going to do a matinee and an evening concert at Torrington, and we had the same thing at the Wedgwood Rooms.
Yeah.
Ken's desperately trying to reschedule that. So
yeah, I know. So I mean, we'll bend over backwards to do what we can. But yeah, and then there's the borderline thing. You see, I mean, let's be brutally honest here. This either lasts a month or it goes on, and there's gigs right on the end of that period, you know, which may or may not happen, you know, and it's so.
Well, I was talking to Garrett from Track Dogs,
yeah.
and we had this amazing tour lined up for April, May with Track Dogs as our special guests, and we were going to do it so that Phil and I played. The guys came on, brought the one mic. We all did harmonies around the one mic, country style. Yeah. It would have been a fantastic tour, and it will happen. I'm hoping it's still going to happen in April, May, but. Our problem, of course, is that we've always only ever worked for door percentage and not for guaranteed fees. So the risks of who's going to turn up are now hard to calculate. Unless the miracle cure, hooray, comes galloping over the horizon, all of us get jabbed straight away, and we wear wristbands to prove we've been jabbed, and then we're back to normal. People keep telling me, and I'm sure they're right, that the urge for people to come out and hear live music is just going to be unbelievable. So, so who knows how that's going to go?
Which is going to be put against now the article that I saw in the Guardian listed 30 venues that are absolutely imminently going to close their doors forever, you know, including some venues that we play, you know, and that's of course awful, basically,
And we were in this dreadful situation as we are company directors, Show of Hands Limited. There was no support. There's no furloughing for the likes of us.
No, we don't get furloughed.
We don't get furloughed. There's no,
Cool.
there's nothing. So we are relying on you good people. And so far, I tell you what's been interesting. This has been fascinating. For the two big films of Abbotsbury and Seasoncote, which were free to view, when I looked at the PayPal donations, we had 500 people paying to watch it. Now, loads and loads of people saw it, but 500 people watched both of them, which is about what we get on a good concert night. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And the amount that they paid sort of was equivalent to like a good concert fee. So it's quite extraordinary. So we're desperately trying to break through the 500 for this for the PayPal
Well,
show.
yes. To be honest, let's be brutally honest again. The film has cost an eye-watering amount of money to make. So
Over £7,000.
yeah.
Over 7 grand.
Right.
So we're up to about 400 now. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
We are really, really getting there. So 2 weeks ago we got up to 1,000. Then we've done really well on that.
Yeah.
And
fingers crossed. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Now, which
Send the
means
links.
now this is the problem. Sorry, you're going back to your friend Don.
Yeah.
With our audience now, how many do you think there could be? We play to 12,000 people in an autumn tour. Now 500 will pay to see something. Now, what do you do if your audience is only 4,000? Can you scale that down? So can some of these younger musicians actually be playing to enough people to make it viable? There's 200 of you out there tonight, up to maybe 230. Yeah. So that's with our audience, me and Phil playing, which is brilliant. To over 200, it's fantastic. But if your key audience is only say 1,000, you're only just building your crowd. Scale that down, and it might only be 20 or 30. And so it's anyway.
But there you go. These are some of the people that we will be hopefully doing introductory films to next year, so you can see whether you agree with us about how good they are. But
Grace, my feeling, and I might be wrong about this, is that probably more people would have paid for the free for view. I'm not sure. I might be wrong about this. The trouble with the paid one is you're only playing to your key audience and you're not spreading the word. I might be wrong about this, so it's up to you to prove me wrong. But we have something planned for Christmas.
he fell off his perch.
We have something planned for Christmas.
Yes, no, I know.
A bit of a sing around with seasonal themes.
Yes.
In a barn in the edge of Devon. I shan't tell you the lineup yet, but it's a lot of local lads. And so there will be something seasonal for just before Christmas, maybe Christmas Eve or something like that. So
yes.
I'm trying to think of another song.
Yeah.
I know there is one.
Yeah.
That goes all the way from my rock band days, all the way to the Cheltenham days, and we played it at Seasoncote. Can you think? Excuse me. We'll finish with this one, by the way. And don't forget, for the next Shoot the Breeze, there will be a Shoot the Breeze song.
Yes.
Hey little darling, let's shoot the breeze. There will be a Shoot the Breeze song. And I need things that rhyme with ease to make that work. Dog is sitting there scratching fleas. Hey little darling, let's shoot the breeze.
I can think of hundreds.
Can you? No, there's not as many as you can think.
Fleas, knees,
yeah.
Sneeze.
Half the world is down on its knees. Come little darling, let's shoot the breeze. Yeah, knees, fleas, peas.
But don't come close if you're gonna sneeze.
Hey little darling, let's shoot the breeze. Fees, yeah, thank you, Steve. Oh, they're all coming in. Cheese, here we go.
So it's a complete song sort of
now,
shaping up here now.
Beth has got Guise, like the Duke of Guise, yeah. Ici avant le Duc de Guise, avant little baby. Anyway, so Febreze.
Febreze.
Shucking peas. We don't play for fixed fees. Come on, little darling, let's shoot the breeze.
Peas.
Oh, there's loads of these.
Wheeze, you see? Yeah.
Peas. There are shoot the leaves. Yeah. They're all bees' knees. Some of them aren't particularly poetic, though, are they? It's
a live thesaurus going on here. Yeah.
It is. It's a synonym. Synonyms, isn't it? There are synonyms. No, they're not. They're rhymes. Sorry, what am I talking about? Yeah, okay, thanks a lot. I've got enough to get on with that. Trapeze? No.
You know, Rossie's going to be up all night now trawling through all these and sort of...
Graham, that's rather, rather risque. Not going to go there. Oh, they're pouring in.
Yeah.
Okay, thieves. Yeah, there is similar rhymes, like ease, please, whatever. Actually, it's not similar. Okay, folks, we're going to play you one more song.
And what's it going to be?
Don't It Feel Good?
Oh, right, yeah. Absolutely.
Because in the early days, this was one from the rock band days.
Indeed.
But, you say me today, I'm blind to every danger. I think why. No. The light in the street, shadow your pride. Your smile disappears, leaving no trace. You turn and go. Let's not do it like that. But that's how we used to do it in short stories, Total Strangers, and The Cheats. Anyway, thanks again, folks. We'll play you this one song, and then Claire has cooked us a nice meal. I'm sorry to plug this, but I've just sent the PayPal link again to show hands. We're going to have fajitas.
Fajitas.
But the bad news is that the kids ate all the chicken.
Okay.
No, but Evie has been dispatched to the co-op to get some more.
Well.
So we shall have fajitas, and we shall have
well brought up children.
A glass of red wine, and we would have played for 90 minutes. Well, that's good, isn't it? That's about a good time to play for.
So hopefully, oh no, he announced he's quitting last night.
Who is?
Who is Al?
Well, I know Cummings quit, but fajitos, ole, hola, mi amigo, muy casa es mi casa.
Keep on folking in the free world. Sorry.
No, Beth, Anne of Cleves would not really suit the flavour of the song. Henry VIII married Anne of Cleves. Come on, little darling, let's shoot the breeze. She could have married the Duke de Guise. Okay, thanks, guys. What do you mean, are we breaking lockdown rules? We're working. This is a working environment.
Yeah. No, I mean, actually, technically, I mean, I don't know what he does in the rest of his life, but I mean, this is my bubble. This it.
Do you have a bubble? Yeah. Green speeves? What on earth does that mean? Tony Bart said, green speeves? No. Anchovies, yeah. Fajitas with anchovies. Okay, that's the best one yet. All right, enough of the rhymes. I've got enough to be going on with, so. The light in the street, it shadows your face. Your smile disappears, leaving no trace. You turn to go, I whisper your name. Now that I know, I won't see you again. Don't it feel good? I hope it feels good. 'Cause I've known for a while that it's gone wrong when we don't smile. How can we hang on? So gather your thoughts, all the words you throw, with nothing but tears. Why don't you leave me alone? is done. Our moment has passed. We've wasted our time. How can it last? As you turn to go, I whisper your name. Now that I know I won't see you again, don't it feel good? Just walk away, I hope it feels good, 'cause there's nothing to say, only feel good. Don't turn around, don't make one sound, don't it feel good? Oh, don't it feel good? And don't forget, folks, this stays up on Facebook. You can watch it. You can, again, or spread the word, tell your friends. So we could do one next Friday, or we could maybe a bit soon. No, I'm doing Springsteen on Wednesday.
No.
Have you got anything going out?
No, I've got nothing else going out now.
Oh, Miranda has. She's got a show
Miranda's
coming
got
up,
a show, yes. So,
and she's going to be doing it on Show of Hands YouTube.
Yes,
So check that out. Really, check out Miranda's show.
indeed.
No, I think we should prioritise the concert, the Northcott concert.
Yeah.
So the Friday after the Northcott, we'll probably do something then, and
Sounds
that'll be Show of Hands live and the pub days.
Yes,
Okay.
the pub days.
Yeah, 87 to 94.
Ah.
Great stuff. Catch
See
up
you
with you all
later,
later,
folks.
and I
Later.
shall press the button now.